Good evening, everyone. Listen, we apologize. We have keep getting kicked off Facebook. We don't know why. We don't know what we did, but they don't like us today. Okay, so um, listen, we're going to carry on with what we're doing. We're going to hopefully get this posted to Facebook, but we're going to pull.
It's the same topic?
Let's go with the same topic.
Yes.
Our topic is
Real versus fake.
real versus fake. So, listen, we want you guys to join us as we get into this conversation. And again, thank you guys for being so patient with us. We are so sorry that this has just been crazy. This has been a crazy, crazy adventure today. But let's go ahead and get into our topic. Wait, before we get into our topic, can I do something real quick?
What?
I just want to say happy birthday to my baby boy. Happy birthday, Eric. My baby boy is 37 today. Happy birthday, Aisha, whose birthday is on Monday. So blessed to have my children here another year. Yay. Okay, we can go through that. Who wants to start our conversation?
Ooh. So first, let me say this: since we are talking about real versus fake, how about you guys start sending in some comments on what you see as real versus fake, whether it be friendship, whatever.
That's pretty cool, whatever.
When someone says real versus fake, what comes to mind?
So, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? It could be appearance, it could be people, friendships.
Perpetrating?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Did
That's
you
a
say
good word.
perpetrator?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good one. I don't know that I would have
Word.
thought about that, but that's a good one. Okay. All right. So, hey, what do you guys say? What is it that you're saying that we should talk about when it comes to real versus fake? Now, let me just say this. We had somebody, and I don't want to say no names, who wants to talk about people putting on makeup. Now, I don't have a problem with that, except for the fact that we sitting up here with makeup on.
Gosh. What I was referring to was the makeup job. As pretty as they may be, when you look like a completely, totally different person. You go out and you meet somebody, and they see this drop dead gorgeous person, and then you go home and wash your face. What happens? They run.
Or, see, we didn't think about this. Or you're out with someone, you decide get comfortable and everything, and you're out on a date. It's not just the makeup, but now we're all so much into the braids and the weaves and everything, and just pull it off and hang it on the door.
Yeah, that is not going to happen.
But I know someone. I know someone who did that. I know someone who did that. It was someone in my family just walking and walking, going, "Ooh, this is hot." I said, "Wait a minute," but we're in the grocery store.
I did it at work one day.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Listen, we have been driving down the street, and it has been hot. And I have had to say, Stacy, you got to come on. It's hot, and you have to come on. You have to go. I'm just saying, you got to go.
However, but isn't that a form of being real?
That is a form of
That's a
being
form of
real.
being real, though, because you're not perpetrating, you're not hiding it. You're saying, "Hey, okay, this is what it is."
This is what it is. And I'm telling you right now, when it gets hot, we ain't got to go. We ain't got to. I'll be cute, though. I'll be cute.
Oh, you say
But wigs got to go. They have to go. But howsoever, listen, I'm just saying that the enemy is on one right now. He is really, really on one. Like, that's Okay, tough.
Well, I don't know if some of you have been listening or if you could not hear us. Our subject today is real or fake. We have been having a good time by ourselves. But if you can hear us, please respond with some comments.
Yeah.
When someone says real versus fake, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think for me, the first thing that comes to my mind is trusting somebody. Like, I'm always wondering, is this person really for me? Or is this person against me? Or is this person just trying to get something from me? So when I think about real or fake, I think about people who I know are authentic all the time. And they normally get a bad rap, right? They normally get a rap like they're obnoxious. They have word vomit because they don't know, when to say, what to say, what not to say, because they're very blunt, right?
Right.
But you always know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And so when I think about real or fake, I don't look at makeup as real or fake. And I think there are some times though that there are people who throw a lot of makeup on and then when they take it off, I know it was funny. But I think that if I'm being honest about what real or fake means to me, it really is that person real in my life or is that person just fake? They're out to get
Right.
something or they're out to get me or, we just have people like that. And especially, God, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this.
Especially in the church. I have no problem
No,
saying
not in the church. I was going to say women.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so you just opened the door. You just opened the door. Because I think that was really one of my struggles coming into this friendship, this sisterhood. Because Shelly used to always tell me, why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying you just don't hang around a lot of women? And I know that is me dealing with past. Okay, because I think when your trust has been broken so much and people say, I'm your friend, I got your back. And when it comes down to it, they're the first ones to run. Or they're the first ones to jump on somebody's side and be saying, oh yeah, she did this and she said this, or, yeah, don't be friends. They're the first ones, and to me it's so petty. Not just as young adult women, but I know men go through the same thing, but women in general, we go through this backbiting, which is that was one of my issues with going on retreats. And I just had a bad experience.
Child, yours was the women. Mine was everybody wanted to dance you with oil.
Oh, Lord. Really? Yeah, I used to say that, but then I had to, I think the last time you said that, I said, okay. I said, I need to stop saying that because these are women I want to be around. You guys are women I want to be around. This other one's out there.
Yeah.
That if they have me in that mindset, I'm gonna always have my eyes and ears open because I can't trust you.
Yeah. And I think the sad thing though, Mary, is that we start painting all women with the same brush, right?
Yeah.
Because we've had this experience of fake
Mm-hmm.
and out to get you and gossiping about you and those who stay smile in your face and as soon as they get around somebody else. My grandmother used to always say, if somebody comes back to you to tell you something, that they talking about you too. So now,
Right.
you run around, you're like, okay, well, do I trust what they say or are they, but so
And
this
you can do
whole,
that as well.
Yeah.
On top of that, what our grandparents or our mothers used to tell us, and yeah, there were times where it was a huge eye opener to me, And it's even women in church. I think that's where my bad experience came from. It was. It was women. It was women in the church, and that really hurt me. That hurts you down to the core, when that happens in the church. I just had this attitude. I care less about all those other women out there. It's when I'm in a church house. That's my sanctuary.
It's supposed to be that
It's
safe
supposed
place.
to be that
yeah.
safe place.
Yeah.
That togetherness.
I don't think we as Black women or just women in general have a togetherness at all. I am hoping that stuff like this will help promote our togetherness, but we size each other up. We see each other as a threat. We cannot be nice. We cannot be complimentary to each other. And why? It doesn't take anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not talking about being fake when you do it,
Right.
but we need to come back together and
We do.
strengthen each other.
We do.
Be supportive.
And that's something we definitely don't do well. We don't support well at all.
Right.
But I think it goes back to what Mary was saying, though, those experiences of being hurt. When you're hurt, you hurt people, right? Like, so you're hurt. You don't know how to have relationships because every relationship to you looks like that relationship that hurt. Coming in sisterhood is hard because you do have to come in with this real authentic you, right? And you have to come in trusting that the
Right.
people that you're connecting to are real people. And I think that's what I love about our sister circle is I know that I'm gonna get the truth all the time. Even when I don't want the truth, I know I'm gonna get the truth. And I think that is something that is so rare that, I yearn for it. I desire that.
Well, given what we just came through with the pandemic and all, and people being isolated, sisterhood is something, brotherhood, whichever, is something that we really need right now. People are struggling with mental issues. They need somebody that's gonna reach out to them and be real with them and not go talking about them behind their back when they do open up and talk about what's going on. So this is necessary, people.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all out there. I'm cool on fake folks. I done had enough. I done had many years with some fake folks. I'm cool on fake people. Like I want real, authentic, bona fide.
Right.
I want that naked truth. I just want people that I know that I can trust. Like I can trust my life to them. And I'm not worried about them dropping me someplace. Like I always think about the story in the Bible where the 4 friends carried their paralyzed friend. And when it was too many people to get to Jesus around them, they was like, hey, no, you one of us, like you are boy, right? We love you. We brothers. We might not be blood brothers, but we kindred. So we're gonna do whatever we can to make sure you get what you need.
Yes.
And I think that's the kind of realness I like. I want people who it's not just me always giving, but people who are giving back, who are always there, as concerned about me as I am about them.
Right.
And that is something I just, unfortunately, you're right, it's in the church.
Yeah.
I hate to say that.
It's in the church,
And
it's in our
it's
relationships. We have so many out there that will take but don't give. In any real relationship, it's gotta be give and take. So if you have friends that are always taking, you might want to take some time to really think about it. Let them go.
Yeah, are they real friends or are they fake friends?
If all they're doing is taking, they don't have your back.
That's right. That's right.
I think, remember when we had the conversation and it was talking about what kind of a friend are you? Are you an enabler or
Right.
do you enable people or are you really helping people? And I think that when I think about real people are always trying to see how they can help, right? How they can pull somebody up. Like, I don't want you in a crab barrel trying to crab your way out. Everybody stepping on each other to get out. But I want to be the crab, and I want people in the crab barrel like me that will stand still for
Right.
another crab to crawl on me to get out, right?
Right.
And I think that is the rareness that we have, that we don't have a lot of people who care enough about one another to make sure that they're okay.
That is
And
so
I
true.
like the
That's so true.
accountability. When you have a real friend, they're gonna hold you accountable.
They will.
I mean,
hold
even
you to
like
the
with my
wall.
child holding me accountable for what comes out of my mouth or whatever, because you know it does. But the accountability, a real friend doesn't just do the yes thing. They hold you responsible for what you do and for what you say.
Yeah. That's nice.
So
Wow.
good.
So how are you though as friends? Are you able to be a friend?
Oh, I'm a
That-
good friend.
Okay, so let's go. We're gonna go out on the jury on that, okay? We're gonna wait for the jury to come back and give us a verdict on that one, okay?
I have a good friend. I know already. But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, are you that friend that, because I think real friends are in tune with you, right? Like they're in
That-
tune.
That's the key right there. You know, it's not your mind that you feel that connection. It's more of that, okay, something's happening. I had a really, really good friend, and you know, she's gone on to be with the Lord now. She was my sister. And a perfect example to me was that one real friend that I felt in my spirit that something was wrong. I left work, picked up my kids from daycare, left work, and something was weighing so heavy on me. Got to her house, called the door. And I don't know how I made it out to Kaiser South. I don't remember. I remember somebody saying, whoever the owner is of this vehicle needs to move it out from in front of the hospital. I made my way to Kaiser South, found out that she had died twice on the table. And I was asked, how did you know she was here? I didn't.
Was it the
I
cobweb that?
When I went to that front door, it's like something grabbed my heart, and I immediately started crying and panicked. I didn't know I didn't know at the time. I didn't know she was under, you know, whatever insurance or Kaiser, whatever it was. But that's how I knew that we had that sisterhood.
Yeah.
That's how I knew. Myself, 2017, July 14th, 2017. I'm in ICU. I see you two come through the door. You guys came through that door. I was out of it a little bit, but you guys came through that door, and God said, that's it. They're here.
Okay, you gonna make.
I'm sorry. I don't really make anybody cry, but that's how I knew that, okay, these are my sisters.
I think part of being the true or fake is if you are a real friend, you will put your own needs aside. You will focus on that person to know how you can help or what you can do, and they do the same for you. So you're not sitting there feeling like, you know, I'm always doing for them, but no one does for me.
Yeah.
You're
Right,
feeling it
right.
both ways.
Yeah. I think you just know, right? Like
Right.
we're in sync with one another when something is going on, and I think that's real. That's real.
That's that real.
That's the real. The fake is you only know what's going on with me when I have to call you and tell you, right, what's going on with me. But you're just not connected, right, to know anything about me because you're so focused on you. And I think that's the beauty of having real friendships is that you're kindred. Like you just know. I know that I've been going through it for the last 6, 7 months. I mean, I have literally been going through it emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just going through it. And every time I get to a point where I just don't want to do it no more, I get a phone call from Mo. What you doing? And it's like, okay, God, you know, right? Like, you know, it's just that knowing. It's just the knowing that says, yeah, they're real. They're real. We can have disagreements and still love one another.
We can fuss,
And still
still
love
love
one
them.
another.
It isn't
And
easy.
it happens.
No, it's not
It's not the
easy.
easiest thing. It's not the easiest thing. And we've had our bouts. We have.
Yeah.
We've had our okay, I'm gonna come at you, and I'm gonna come at you back, I'm gonna come at you back, and then we start crying, and then next thing you know, we're laughing, and then we'll have our struggles. But then you know it's real when you can bring it back around.
When you can bring it back around.
And you can basically what you do, you set self aside.
Yeah.
And look at the whole picture. When you can set self aside and the selfishness and it's all about me,
Yeah.
and open up your heart and put that in and be more real about it, that's when that connection really starts drawing into me. You know, it's, I don't know, sometimes it's hard to describe, you know?
Yeah. I'm telling you, there have been relationships that are just women in my life that I thought we were like that. Like I really,
Same
I
here.
thought that we had that unbreakable bond. And the moment we ended up going separately to different churches, it was like, okay, so what happened? So you're not calling me back. Okay, you're not checking on me. Okay,
All of a sudden, switch.
I don't want anything. I'm just going to make sure you and the kids are
Right.
okay. And you know, you just don't hear back from them. Like, and so it makes you say, well, wow, I thought what we had was a real friendship. Like I thought we had a bond, and to find out that our bond was contingent on us being in the same worship location, that was devastating. It was devastating, and it was hard to get to a point of wanting to have women as my friends because I saw women as fake. And the reality is you can't paint us all with the same brush because not all of us are fake. There are some of us who intentionally look to have real relationships. We want to be real. Again, I'm cool with fake folks. I've had enough of my life. I'm cool with fake folks. If you can't be real, just go ahead and say your highs and byes and go on about your business, right? But ain't no sense of me wasting time on something that you really don't want to invest with. Because real people, real relationships, real friendships is an investment.
Real people will take the real time to invest in you.
Oh, I like that. Real people take the real time. Hey, real people.
Shoot, hold on, wait. Give me what the kids be doing, wait.
Real versus fake.
Yes.
I think that if we don't take anything else out of this, we can take away that we are trying to emulate and look like, not just look like, but be the example of what sisterhood looks like.
It doesn't happen overnight.
It's not perfect.
But it is an investment, and anything you invest in, there's going to be some ups and downs, right? But you don't stop investing because you know the payoff in the end. It's definitely
If you
worth it.
take value in yourself and in somebody else, and you're willing to put in the work, you can have something. Even like with guy friends, I have so many that say a woman and a man can't be just friends. That's not true.
That is not true.
That is so not true.
So not true.
Some of I tell you, elementary, junior high school, I only got along with the guys.
Yeah.
And we were just friends because I knew they had my back. If I was
in
picked up,
elementary.
If I was picked on, when I was picked on or bullied all the time, guess who was running to my rescue? And I can think of one in particular, and to this day, I will have his back because his little scrawny self stepped in
But
front.
why you gotta tell everybody
So-
he was scrawny though?
Hey,
Why? Because why you gotta tell everybody he was scrawny?
that's how he and I are, and he goes to my church now, and to this day, I will let them know, this is not what you want to mess with.
Yeah.
From the age of 4 and 5, on up through high school, this is not the one you want to mess with. If he have my back, I'm gonna have his back. And to have a friend, a true friend like that, it's when you invest in it, you put your all into it. It's kind of like the vows to death do you part.
Well, now,
I mean, well,
I don't know.
we're not gonna say death.
I
We'll
don't
keep the
know.
death out of it.
I don't know. I ain't Jesus, so I don't know.
You're not just
But,
getting
you
smart.
know-
I got you.
You get the gist of it.
Yes, I do.
know?
I do.
So a lot of people will say they don't want to be bothered with church because the church people are so fake.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it.
Wow, you hear that? a lot.
But at the same time, are you putting them on a pedestal and thinking that they're supposed to be perfect, and when they're not, you're calling them fake? Because if
But
that's
yet
what
you
you're
don't work
doing,
with people every day that's fake.
right? If that's what you're doing, then you're in the wrong there too.
Right.
But yeah, that's why a lot of people say they won't go to church because they're so fake. Well,
I think that's pretty sad. You're gonna hinge your salvation on somebody being fake. Okay, all right. If that's
and
your
that's
life.
real or fake because let's just get to the real reason why you
Why
don't
you
wanna go to
really
church.
going to
And you know,
Why
Call it what it
why
is.
was
What
it
it
there or
is.
not there?
call it what it is. Why is it that you really do not want to go to church?
You don't want to be held accountable.
Oh, you still want to do what you've been doing?
And that's really not what you should be going to church for anyway, is to rely on whether or not you're going to find your best friend or find a friend there. You're going to church to worship and get the word of God.
Yeah.
However, in the midst of that, why is it so hard to form that sister or brotherhood?
We're so close.
Why is it so hard to trust
So close, God.
that one?
Yeah. I don't know, but I know that we're coming to a time where it's time to get real. It's time.
I think the pandemic has really put us to the test.
I think you're right.
It's truly
I
put us to the
definitely
test.
agree that the pandemic has challenged us.
Yeah.
It has stretched us, and those of us who have put all of our stock in the church building we've had to learn how to rely on one another, right? Like, everybody that comes in contact with us ain't in the church, and so I think we've learned how to really be. And I think that's the other thing too. And I know we're running out of time. That real Christian and that fake Christian, like, are you a Christian all the time, or are you only a Christian on Sundays?
And if the only thing you want to deal with is people in the church, then there's a problem.
So I think if we're gonna be real, let's be real.
Let's be
Let's
real.
be real. Let's
Let's
get rid
take
of
off the
being
makeup.
fake,
Let's
Yeah.
pull it all off
and let's
and
just
be real.
So
Speak
guys, I'm sorry, we're out of time. We fought so hard to get on. We are out of time. But listen, thank you guys so much for being with us on today. Thank you for sticking with us, even though we had so many hiccups today. And we pray that your day will be great. And we will keep working our hardest to bring you the best table talk that we can bring within our own strength. So we will see you in 2 weeks.
Let us
Yes.
hear from you guys.
We want to hear from you. Bye, guys.
Bye.